this phone probably belongs to somebody.
Ha-ha!
That might be Richard Dean Anderson's phone.
That would probably blow up.
That's true. All right, folks, how are we doing today? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some amazing guests backstage. We'll bring them out in just a second. One of them is running late, but we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it. So, without further ado, please welcome to the stage. You know him as the voice of Bowser. If you can call it a voice, more like a sound. Give it up for Mr. Kenny James! Of course, this next lovely and amazing lady, we know her as the voice of Toad and Princess Peach. Please give it up for Samantha Kelly! And Mr. Charles will be running a little bit behind. He'll join us in a few minutes. So, hi. First of all, welcome to Miami.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Is it right? Everybody else is complaining about the heat, you know.
No, I'm loving it. And inside, like
You're
the
the
convention
first.
center, oh man, don't you just when you get all frozen inside the center and then you go outside and go, oh, so in the heat.
Yeah, our table is underneath like one of those bomb cyclones.
Yeah.
And so it's like this Arctic blast right across our table. Contacts, terrible.
He's just upset because it messed up his hair.
It has not messed up my
Your
hair.
hair looks great. You're totally fine.
There's a lot of product in my hair. So.
Indeed. Well, it's good to see you guys again. We were at another show a few weeks ago, and I've heard these stories, but I'd love to share them with the audiences. I would love to hear how you each actually got involved in this amazing and still going franchise.
2007, actually maybe it was more like 2005, right?
Yeah,
We started at the same time.
yeah, we were pretty close to the same time. I recorded Super Mario Strikers was the first title I recorded for, and I think, thank you, I think I was Bowser and the Robot Super Team.
Yay!
Yay! I think that was late '04 that it recorded, and then it released in early '05, so yeah, somewhere around there.
Yep. Same game for me.
And thank you.
There's one
All right,
person.
we're
So when I got the call from my agent to audition, I was doing regular commercials. You know, you could.
Go, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going. I want to hear how you got the gig.
Yeah. So I was doing other commercials like for Amazon or Nordstrom, just doing straight up voice commercials. And my agent said, yeah, you got this call they're gonna change the voice for Peach and Toad in the Mario series, and you want to audition? And I went, yeah, but I had never played the games. And so I got out there and I just did my best, and it was a match, and it was kind of just one of those meant to be things. And then after I got the job, I started playing the games, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I just loved it. So it's just been ever since then. I'm a huge fan of the characters and of Mr. James as well, who you kind of came at it from a totally different angle.
The way I describe it is that it was the right place at the right time kind of situation, as so many things are, that I'm working a regular job, I'm trying to get into voiceover. Customer that I was working with overheard me talking about it, and she happened to be a producer at Bad Animals where Nintendo records, and she passed my name on. And they started sending me auditions, and this was one of them. So
And you know who else?
You never know.
You know who else was in the right place at the right time? The voice of Mario and Luigi, Charles Martinet. Give it up for him!
Hello, it's me, Mario. Yahoo! Thank you very much for playing my game. I'm Mario, hammer of the day. Yahoo! Wait, I forgot. Mommy said say something nice. Oh yeah. There. And well, Luigi, everybody forget about me. Baby Luigi. And baby Mario, let's go. Yahoo! Hi. Sorry I'm late and I can only stay for a few minutes, but I want to at least come up and say hello and see these wonderful people and say hi and
Hello.
you number one. Woohoo! Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Switch, for joining us. What I would love to hear is if you could just tell us in the audience how you got started as there's all these voices in this amazing franchise.
That's easy, I can do that. But first I want to say thank you all very much for coming. Thanks a lot to Reed Pop for having us here at Florida SuperCon. And, you know, thanks to Nintendo, we get to come around and do the things that we love to do. But mostly of all, well, of course, it's you guys. Your joy and your enthusiasm and love for the game is what gives us the chance to do more games and to do more work and to come around and meet you. So it's truly an absolute pleasure and an honor to be here. We love what we do, and we love even more that you love what we do, and we are so grateful for that. Thank you. And thank you, sir. What he said. I love to say that my core belief is that when you do what you love to do in life, and you follow your heart and your dreams and your passion, then you bring a little more happiness into everybody's world. And you know, when you're feeling the gratitude and the joy of that, it brings a little more happiness to you, and it keeps building and building and building and building, and life gets better and better and better. And it certainly has for all of us. And again, that's thanks so much to you guys. But it's also my wish for you is that you find what gives you joy, find what gives you happiness and a sense of meaning and fun and whatever it is, if it's driving a truck or doing a voiceover, it's all about your love and your joy and your impact in your world. So that's my wish for you. And getting into voiceover, it was easy. I was never going to be an actor at all, ever. You know, and I even took it in high school. There was like a test that he says, "What's your aptitude?" And my acting was like 0. You know, it's like you can't be an actor or an artist or anything like that, but you could be a mathematician. Except I'm terrible at math, and you could be a history major. You know. So I sort of like I had no intention of it. I went to college. I had no intention of being an actor. I thought I'd be an attorney. But I always wanted to be happy in what I did. So but voiceover, I had no concept of it. And then one day, I couldn't get into my last school classes for the thesis that I wanted to write. And I said, okay, fine, then I'm leaving. And I left, and a friend of mine said, come and take an acting class. I said, there's no way I could ever take an acting class. I'm too shy. He goes, no, go ahead, just come. You don't have to do the monologues if you don't want to. Oh, really? Oh, well, what are we going to do? Well, we'll have a nice lunch beforehand. I'll come. So, that obviously the food is always inspiring. So I started taking classes, was terrified of acting, but then, I started going and doing it, and it started getting better and better, more and more fun, and so I ended up being an actor, and there I was doing theater, and then I quit doing theater for a while. A friend of mine said, come and do a corporate video. What's a corporate video? It's a video that's corporate. Okay, I'll come. I did that, and then all of a sudden I'm doing a commercial for Orchard Supply Hardware. I stood with the pitchfork, doing my thing with the what was that? The American Gothic painting,
Yeah.
And the guy goes, well, after 9 hours of lighting, he said, well, great, do you do voiceover? I said, of course.
What is that?
Yeah, I really didn't know what it meant, because to me, when I watched the Flintstones, that was real, When I watched, any of that was like, there's not a voice person behind it. That's Donald Duck. We all know that, So I said, sure, of course I do. He goes, here's the script. Orchard Supply Hardware, the right item at the right price, right now. Great, here's another $250. I'm a voice actor. It's those little things in life. But I always wanted to be happy. And I always wanted to make people smile and have fun, because I used to make my mom laugh, and that was like the greatest joy of my childhood, aside from getting in all the trouble back then. But, just making her laugh, and just all of a sudden I found, here I am doing something and loving it more than I ever thought I could ever love anything. So that's another part of my wish for you. Find things that you love more than you could ever hope to love something, and live in that joy, because it really is fun.
I can't... I'm having difficulty accepting that you were once shy.
Oh gosh. I was the type of person that if there are 4 people sitting in one room, I could be the one that no one, oh, were you there? Yeah, I could just hide, blend into the furniture and disappear. Yeah. It's, it's a thing, but you conquer things that you fear, that you, particularly those ones that you don't really, it's like, why are we afraid of public speaking? Why are we afraid of being in public, why are we afraid? It's easy to know why you're afraid of jumping out of an airplane. Right? But this sort of thing, why are we afraid of that? That's the sort of thing that it's good, you know, it's like you come into life to learn a lesson. It's like, I'm going to go through that door because I'm so terrified of what's on the other side. But you always go through and go, oh wow, I survived. It wasn't as bad as I thought. You know, and then just like that, there you are, living your dream. So, oh yeah, that's the other part. Live your dreams. And also, I have to say, vote. Get out there. You know, this is the power of your freedom, the power of your expression is to make yourself heard. If there's something you don't like in America or something you don't like in your local community, get out there and make a difference by voting. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Armstead. What I'd like to do is I'll go ahead and open up some more questions and stay as long as you can.
Okay.
And, I'll be very cool. All right. Now, just have a couple of our little house rules on this question. You get one question. If you want to ask another one, by all means, go back to the end of the line, try again. It would be really awesome if you have a question that relates to all of them. And please make a question, don't make a request. Don't ask for a hug, don't ask for to say a certain line, sing happy birthday as Mario or anything like that. And we are not taking any questions or comments about Bowsette. Thank you.
Big oof.
Whoever goes first gets 2 pieces of candy.
Yay!
Oh, I forgot about the candy. I forgot about Patty's candy.
I want to ask a question.
You want to ask? You want to ask?
Yeah, I might ask you that first question.
Yippee! He gets all the candy. Candy.
And by all means, please introduce yourself, and you don't have to tell us how awesome and how long you played the game and everything else. We're all fans of it, so go right on in. Hey, boss, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Christopher Polo, and I think Charles might remember me from MegaCon 2017.
Of course, a couple of years ago. Yeah, hi.
That's but nice. Yeah. So my question is, I ask you to make like a tribute to Captain Lou.
Oh, you know, no, but I think what a great thing that he did with that. But that was very separate from Nintendo. They sort of licensed Mario early on before Mario, you know, and Luigi were gigantic successes. So they had their TV show for that little period of time. So they weren't really Nintendo the way, you know, what we do is working directly with Nintendo. They were licensees, so, but they were terrific. I love that.
Like maybe if the next anniversary you can use your voice to sing "Do the Mario."
Some other time, maybe. Yeah. Cheers.
So there you go.
Thank you very much. I get a piece of candy, really? That was so nice.
Candy! You ask you a question, get a candy.
Okay, so you probably answered this question, each of you, 1,000 times, but which of the games did you have, I guess, the most fun acting for?
3D World for me. If you've been to my table, you've heard me talk about Meowser, and so Meowser was a challenge. It was a lot of fun. It was the first time that a Nintendo director had thrown a curve at me. You know, pretty much everything's pretty straightforward. You know, it's growl this, jump that. You know, you know. And I turned the page on the script, and in quotations it says Meowser. And I laughed out loud. I said, "That's hilarious. What does it mean?" So, yeah. So they explained it to me. They said it's a cat power-up. He's going to have whiskers and ears and tail, and he's going to thrash around. And so I said, "What do you want him to sound like?" And they said, "We don't know." So I was like, all right, here's where I get to be Joe voice actor, you know. So I thought about it for a couple of minutes and then threw together a Wildcat and a Bowser and came up with some of those longer ones I don't think they kept, but I shredded myself on that. So that's mine. That's my favorite that I've recorded for.
I like Odyssey. To me, I mean, yeah, right? Because at the ending, I was like, "You go, girl!" Whatever. It's awesome. Yeah, so that was the most fun for acting.
I've loved every single one. I mean, but for me, there's so many. Mario 64, the first title game. That was Sunshine, one of the greatest games ever. You know, Galaxy. Galaxy series, and the parties, and the Mario Karts, and then Odyssey is just amazing, you know? So, for me, and I have a Guinness Book of World Record of the number of games, and I think now we're up to 104 or 105, so they're all fun. Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
I just have a couple more minutes, but here we go.
Hi guys.
Hi.
My name's Blake. I was wondering, did you have any favorite outtakes from recording sessions from the games?
Not a one for me. We don't. You know, no. We go in there. It's all about doing what we do.
I will say that sometimes if we go off script and you just have a feeling, because we've voiced these characters for a long time, and sometimes the thing that they've written, you go, I think that she would say this, or I think that Toad would do this, and then you just do it, and they go, yeah, that's good. And so sometimes something that could be an outtake, they let us occasionally improv around it, and it turns out really fun. And then the cool victory is like if it makes the game, you're like, yes,
Yeah,
it made it.
with me, it was probably something that I thought was going to be an outtake, and they actually wound up using it. Mario Kart Wii, if you drive as Bowser and you win, he's got his little celebrations at the end, and they would give us a bunch of Bowser celebrating, you know. I won and you didn't, so I'm going. And then I run out of stuff, and I went. And they wound up using it when I played it. I heard that, and I can't believe they used that. But I was so happy that they used it. I was like, yeah.
And it proves you also won a round.
Yes. Yeah.
Something often we don't get to do. So listen, I'm sorry, I've got to get going, but I want to say thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, and thank you for playing my games. Come back. Thank you.
Charles, do you have any social media outlets we can follow you on?
Yes. Well, my Instagram is Charles Martinet. It's a me. You know, and my Facebook, Charles Martinet, and Twitter, Charles Martinet. And of course, I've got all that written down at my table. Come and visit me at my table and say hi. And thank you so much. See you guys later.
Hi. My name is Gene. This question was more so when all three, but what personality traits do you attach to all the various characters you voice? So I guess in this case it'd be more so towards Peach at this point.
Yeah, to me, she
I have no
is.
personality.
Wait.
No, just
You.
It's cool. I get the number of characters.
We get it. It's cool.
Yeah, so Peach, I think she is fearless, delightful, you know, and she's sweet. Sweet. And,
It's just like her.
yeah.
She's very nice.
Aww. And Toad, you know, Toad is just like getting the job done, you know? Toad is like one you count on. I like Toad as well.
See, I get a big kick out of that. I don't know.
I used to do that voice when I was a little kid, and my mom would tuck me in at night, and I had this puppet named Cedric, and he would be like, no, no, no. My mom would go to bed. Just go to bed, you know? And my dad would be like, there is nothing you can do with weird voices when you grow up. That is not a career.
Snap.
See, I love Toad. I tried to do that. I can't do that.
You can't do it. Go ahead.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I'm not. Maybe with some vocal rest I might be able to do it, but that sounds as bad as the stuff that I do to tear my voice apart. So.
Thanks for asking about that.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you.
Candy.
Hello. How
Hello.
you guys doing?
Excellent.
Well,
All right, so my name is Jordan, and I was wondering what each of your characters would do if they had the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh no! No, don't give that to Bowser, no!
I guess I'd have to snap at Mario.
No!
I should have brought my shell. Throw it at her.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't think she's probably not a Marvel person. More of a DC person, maybe. I don't know.
It's could. She become Princess of Thermoscara. How's that?
And
Candy!
Thank you.
I'll come this second. Hey, boss, what's your name?
Nathan Vogel.
And what do you have for us?
How long have you guys been doing this for?
How long have you been doing this for? Voicing the Mario characters or just acting in general?
In general, acting in general.
acting in general.
Forever. You know, like if you like acting, and I don't know, do you like to act?
Yeah,
No? Well, if you like it, you just start from really young. Everything you're doing is about that. And so doing theater throughout all the years and then doing some radio and then doing commercials and then finally voicing the characters. Same for
Yeah,
you?
I got a late start. I mean, I've been showing off since I was your age, you know, so, and if you're cosplaying, you're sort of acting. So
You're acting.
You got to start already, right? But I got a late start. I didn't even start doing theater until I was probably 40. And I mean, since then though, I've done, I don't even know how many shows. I had a stretch where I did 20 shows in 10 years. And
He's a really good actor too. I mean,
really
he's
busy.
very good. You are a very good actor.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
But so yeah, my voiceover time started pretty close to the same time period. I started all of my acting at once, but I guarantee you, all that theater work that I've done has helped me in the voiceover booth. Because I tell people this every time, if you want to be a voice actor, first you should be an actor. Because it will help you so much. If you can get up in front of people on a stage and memorize your lines and play your part and do your character and be the character, then you're more likely to be able to walk into a booth and do it. Because it's more stressful in a little room when you're by yourself. You would think it'd be easier than getting up on stage, but it's really not. It can be really intimidating. They're just looking at you through the glass. You know, and you're like, aha, I'm Joe Cool on parade, and I'm the king of voiceover, and then you do something, and you look at them,
Silence.
and they're not doing it, they're not saying anything, and you think, I've totally blown this, and they're talking with each other, and you're going, oh no.
Really what they're doing is ordering lunch.
They're ordering lunch, they're talking about, oh, this squirrel's put scratches on the hood of my car, or, you know, and then finally they'll go, oh yeah, all right, so we're gonna move on. Really? So anyway, hopefully that answered it. That was a really long way around the question, but that's what we do.
It's all good. Thanks, man.
Candy. Here, you're better.
I'm starting to sound like a particular anime character.
How you guys doing?
I'm good.
We're good.
Great.
All right, name's AJ, and I got a good question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Did you guys enjoy Super Princess Peach?
I don't know. You know, it's funny. One of the things that we've talked about this before is how a lot of times we will record a lot of things at one time, and then when the game comes out, it may be something that we record, like for Odyssey, we did record specifically for that game, and for Smash, but like, you don't know, they might have used something from a previous recording session, so it's a huge surprise, like, oh, there's a game? You know, and that's brand new to us. So, I didn't do a specific recording session for that game, you know, so I wish I had an answer for that, but I don't, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, it was kind of fun seeing Princess Peach doing the saving and kicking Bowser's butt for once.
Yeah, you gotta love that. I mean, the theme of it, right?
Yes.
And more of that, right?
You got Bowser and you're on another game for once.
I'm sorry.
he just had a moment. He had to tune out. He had to block this. Thanks, AJ. Good question.
All right, hello. I'm Align. So my question was, and I was hoping for Charles to also be here because it's a question for all three of you. And it's, since you've all done so many voice lines throughout the years of all the games, I was wondering how many times Nintendo actually calls you guys back to do regularly new voice lines, or just continue, like Super Princess Peach, where they continue to use old voice lines. Like, how many times are you going to call Mario and say, hello, it's me, Mario, or woo woo, and just continue on doing the same voices? I mean, other than for next generation consoles, for like how many times they eventually just bring you guys all back?
It varies a lot. Yeah, you never know. You get an email saying that they'd like to book you your studio time for this time and this time and this, and you go, okay. And you never know when it's going to happen. So I don't really have a really clear answer for that.
Yeah, sometimes it's been years, and then sometimes we'll do a bunch of games all together, and you know, it's always fun when we get the call, because when we find out about what game they've planned, it's brand new to us too, so we go, oh, whoa, you know, like, to get to see.
Yeah, there's been a couple of sessions I've been to
3D.
where the game had just had a code name. I didn't even know what it was.
And it's all top secret, you have to sign that you won't talk about it, you know, and all that, so, yeah. So, and then you can go a long dry stretch, but then you come back, so it's always a relief. It's like, yay, they called again. I'm still doing it.
They like me. They really like me.
Yeah, because I figure for all the Mario parties, they usually don't.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's really perceptive. A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, thanks for asking that.
Hey, boss.
Thanks. Candy!
It's okay, it's wrapped. It's behind you. That's why it's wrapped.
5-second rule. Yep.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Levy. So my question is, how do you guys feel when people approach you at booths and at cons and they say you've had a positive, significant impact on their lives? Because I know for me personally, whenever I've had rocky times in life or my childhood, I've found personal solace and peace hearing you guys' voice and growing up with the traditional games that I've come to know and love.
It's fantastic. Okay?
Awesome, yeah.
It's one of the best things about finally coming out and doing cons. I've only been doing cons for about a year. And it's the best thing in the world to sit at my table and have people come up and go, you are like the voice of my childhood. Thank you so much. And I just sit there and go, wow. So, I mean, I eat it up. It makes me feel fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of the most special honors, and it probably, you know, I don't know, you know, how it feels for you, but for us, it feels like a very special gift when someone tells you that you've gotten to do that for them. You know, what could be better, really?
Yeah, I'm extremely happy to be such a big part of so many people's memories of either childhood or even adulthood. You know, I get people come up that are practically my age, and they're like, dude, I've been playing since it started. I said, yeah, me too. You know, I was like 22 when the NES came out, so I've been playing the whole time.
Yeah, you guys are.
Now I'm living it.
You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for all your hard work that you guys
Thank
do.
you.
And I've been very entertained by you and your other half all weekend, so thank you so much for having fun on stages.
Right?
Hi, my name's Gabriel, and I have a question for both of you. What were you guys' thoughts on the Super Mario movie?
Oh man, you mean the old
one?
live action? I don't know. I let it sit as the cult classic that it is.
That's a good answer.
Yo, let's make a video game. Let's make a video game. Should we play it, or have somebody watch somebody play it? No. And that's what they did. They looked at the box and said, all right, we'll write a script around this.
Yeah, we can do that. We've got Dennis Hopper on board. We're gonna be good. Don't know what happened.
It's just a mystery. And remember, that was a time too when comic book movies really weren't all that good. Hollywood had this attitude of they'll look at it superficially and they think, we make movies, we got this, you can keep making your video games. And obviously the people who own the video game stuff now are taking much more pride in making sure that their creations, when translated to other media, are being done correctly for the fans and everything else. I, as a Street Fighter fan, I'm still waiting for a good Street Fighter movie.
Thank you.
Thank you, boss.
Candy!
Ooh.
Thank you. Hi, Unicorn.
Hello, I'm Cara McCarthy, and I was wondering, how do you change your voices? Like make them more funny sounding, better?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, just messing around with it. Like for me, Peach is a lot of air and it's very high, and so it's just a lot of breath behind it. And then Toad is in the throat, full on, you know. And so you just mess around with it. And normally when we record, we'll record Peach's lines first because they get really messed up after Toad. Peach is talking like an octave lower because the voice is all trashed. So we just practice, you know.
Yeah, I have a pretty extensive background to using my voice because I've been a lead singer in multiple bands. You know,
His hair used to be even longer than that.
I used to have a lot more hair than this. A lot of that theater work, I mean, certain characters have different voices, but it's just playing around. I mean, I'll be at home, I hear something interesting on TV, I gotta try to do it. And then I'll be over there like, I can't do that right now, but I'll be able to do it later or something. And this is what my voice sounds like after 3.5 days of Bowser. This is not exactly what my speaking voice normally sounds like. It's a little lighter than this. It's not quite so crunchy. Speaking of crunchy, there we go. But it's hard to explain it because you have your vocal cords, and then around that you've got vocal folds. And I think what I've done is with Bowser is that I've been able to master the vocal fold process with him, because instead of going ho 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 with my vocal cords, it comes from around that, so that it comes out.
It comes from your spleen.
It comes from my spleen. So it comes out.
Rises up through and sounds like.
I don't. It just happens, but it doesn't just happen. You know. So I don't know. Practice. That's all I can say about that. And if you let me keep going, I'll talk until you go to sleep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Candy!
There you go. Yes.
Candy. Don't forget the candy. No.
Hi, I'm Marcelo, and I wanted to know what's the craziest experience that you've had in the recording studio?
Let's see. Well, it kind of ties in with people asking a pretty typical question about do we ever work together, and we don't. I think it was the recording session for Bowser's Inside Story, and just showtime. I did my recording, and I knew Charles was coming in, and so I hung out in the lounge at the recording studio. And when he came in, I was like, "Hi, I'm the guy that does Bowser now," you know. And he's like, "Oh, hi, Bowser." And they had told me, you know, there's water and tea, and there's some chips and things, and help yourself in the lounge, you know. It's like, yeah. Charles comes in, I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" and stuff. And they're like, "Hey, Charles, we got you sushi."
That's what you get if you're Mario.
That's what you get.
We get some peanuts left from like the early 2000s.
Yeah. So that was an odd experience for me. But as far as actually being in the booth, a fly in the booth. And this is in one of their bigger recording rooms where they do Foley and stuff. So there's shelves of shoes and weird things that they can clunk around. And I heard it on the headphones. We were between lines, and I heard, and I went, "Did you guys hear that?" "Hear what?" And I was like, "There's a fly in here somewhere, man." And I kept seeing it, but I couldn't, there was nothing I could do about it. It's just, meow. I was like, well, I guess if it makes it on there, then we got to give him credit and let him go to cons. So, I don't know about you, if you have one.
For me, it was, I remember doing one, and a lot of times when we record, we will be Skyping with Japan, and those guys will get up in the middle of the night to, like, because the time differences are there, to participate. And so, it's kind of high stress when you're trying to please everyone and do the script how they want it, and you've got people watching you, you know, on Skype, you know, and I just started sweating one time. Like, I felt like it was a lot of work, and so I'm getting super greasy, you know, kind of like I am right now, and just like the sweat kind of coming down. I went, whoo! So, that is probably my most awkward one, and they were super nice. Like, they're not gonna judge you, like, they're cool, but...
I played around with them.
What'd you do?
Because I couldn't see them.
You couldn't
see them? I had a laptop in the room with me.
They could
and
see
I was like, what's the deal with the laptop? And I thought maybe they were going to use it to show me some pictures of something incomplete that I could work with. And they go, "Oh, that's Japan. They're watching." And so I was like, wow, that's cool. So then I would do this number. I'd standing there and I'd be all like, and then I would look at the laptop and go, So they dug it. They were laughing. They thanked me, you know, at the end. They were speaking to Japanese. The producers and directors that we work with, most of them speak really good Japanese because they have to. And yeah, so yeah, that was an interesting experience. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Question. Thanks.
Patty knows I'm going to do that. I do that every time he throws candy. I do it. Yeah, have to. It's a moral imperative.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So I'm Alex. I have a follow-up question. What bands were you in?
I wasn't in anything anybody knows. I almost was. I was in this one band called Mindfold that we recorded an album, but the producer we were working with flaked on us, and so we wound up with an incomplete 12-song souvenir. I still like it. I think it sounds good. You know, it was really, really good for the time period. It was mid-90s, mid to late 90s. And we were kicking hiney. And so that after he flaked on us, we just sort of went, well, I guess we're not doing this anymore.
Do you remember any songs from it?
No, I could play them on my phone, but I'm not going to do that, I guess. We're not here for that. We've got a line of questions. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, already?
It was rock bands, though. Yeah.
Hard rock or metal?
It was just hard rock, really,
Okay,
kind of and it was that kind of 1996 kind of vibe going. We had some really cool stuff. If you keep talking about it, I'm just getting my phone and play something.
Do it at the table. We'll do it at the table.
Candy. Candy has to be said. Candy.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Hey.
Sounded like George. Hello.
Hey, so I had a quick question, and it would have been better also for Charles to answer as well, but but with the recent games that came out, like both your characters have been getting different outfits, like Bowser's wedding outfit, and all the various outfits Peach will get in Odyssey. Have any of those outfits really stood out for you, like being your favorite, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, you said it right there. The first time I saw a picture of the wedding tux and everything, I was all like, oh man, really? I was like, I go, he's pretty pimped out. Yeah, he's pretty sharp. I have 5 different Bowser amiibos, and that's probably my center one. You know, I keep him in the middle.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the trench coat in Odyssey. I think
That's because she's all bad.
cool.
She's all bad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering my question.
Sure. All right. You put it out. Good. See if I get in the helmet.
Candy.
No. Failed. Blame me, not the soldier.
Alright, hi, my name is Noam. Quick question. Who's the best at Mario Kart?
Oh!
I am. Rainbow Road on a motorcycle. You? No.
I have a feeling that if I could keep up, that I could just knock you off the road, because everybody knows Bowser's got the mass to do it. If you can crash into somebody, you knock them off the road. So I thought it was a pinky in the brain or something. So yeah, no, she's probably better than I am, but you know what? Now we're gonna have to wind up hooking up online.
So on.
Hooking up online and playing, that's gonna be a hoot. We're gonna have to do that. Right? Yeah.
We'll be twitchy.
Hello. Hi. My name is Justin. So nice to finally meet you. This question is from Mr. James. What do you think it would be like if Bowser had his very own video game?
I think it would be fantastic. You know, thank you, yeah. I get that question from time to time. People are like, how come they haven't done that? And I'm like, I don't know, write them a letter because I love it. They won't listen to me. So we're gonna have to get the fans to gang up on Nintendo of America and say, hey, how about a Bowser game, you know? Hashtag Bowser game. Hashtag so cool. All the hashtags. No, I would love it, man. I would love it. But you know, maybe someday.
Hopefully.
Stay tuned. All right, here's a green one. There you go.
It's good you gave him a green one.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's my favorite color.
Hi,
my name's Elizabeth.
Hello.
I had a question for the both of you. You had mentioned previously that the best way to develop a voice is to just practice. On that note, what is the best way to practice voice acting at home?
I think what I steal the term from somebody else. I don't know where I heard it the first time, but tape and ape. Find stuff in the genre that you want to attach yourself to, or all of them. Who cares? And tape the commercials or the animation and impersonate it. Listen to it, do it, listen to it, do it, listen to it. Record yourself and listen back to yourself and say, okay, I need to tweak that. You know, you can learn by listening to yourself a lot. If you're like me, you'll hate it. You know, because nobody likes hearing their own voice when they tape it, right? I mean, I'm not any different than anybody else. I think I sound so cool right now, but if I watch this, I will hate it because I'll be like, do I really sound that nasal? I think I sound so nasally, but it's my voice, and so I've learned to live with it. And of course with Bowser it doesn't really matter, but because, you know, what have I said? Showtime, Peach, Mario, and Nintendo. It's 4 words. Just in case you haven't, and you don't know, I was not in Super Mario Sunshine. That was the previous Bowser. So, but I can do it. That was my audition. My audition was the lines from Sunshine. That's how I got hired. So.
And just to follow with one more thing, Elizabeth, I think reading out loud, and if you can, as you read, sell it, you know, so that whatever it is, even if it's the most boring thing in the world, but you read it and you read it with your full-on heart, read it like you mean it, read it like, and rather than reading, you're telling. And that makes you a really good auditioner, makes you a really good script reader, because they give you some paper with words on it, and you take them and you say them from the heart, and bam, then you win. So,
yeah, and she's right. She's right. Learning to read out loud is hard. It's not harder than you think, but it's really important. It really is, because you can't pick up a script and go, I would like to tell you about this. You know,
you've heard people read like that, right?
You've got to pick it up and just go, I'd like to tell you about this.
Yeah, I'd really like to tell you about this right now. Like, how would you say it?
It's extremely important to remember that the side effects of this drug are, you know.
He's hired, he's hired. Great question, Elizabeth, that's awesome.
Conversational.
You have a great voice, too.
I'll throw in my 2 cents as well, too. Develop the ability to listen, not to hear. If you listen to dialogue, learn to separate the dialogue and the narrative or everything else, and then listen to the sounds of the words and the inflections and the breaths and stuff like that. You know, once you get that, then your mind will start going in another direction, where you can really start to hear stuff, and then, oh yeah, I never noticed that. You know, you find the hills and the valleys, and that's a journey you start off on your own, and then you get to a good middle ground, and then start taking some voice classes and stuff, and they can help you push up to the next level.
All right, thank you. And just to let you know, before you throw that candy, I've got a bunch of food allergies, so I'm gonna donate it to the person behind me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, my name's Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hello. As a follow-up to the guy who just said about the Bowser game, I want to talk about how you would think the Bowser game would be. Okay, what would you like to see in it?
Wow. More castle, I think. I love Bowser's Castle, you know? It's a great place to be. It's home. You know? I have a print on my table of him driving a cart through the castle, and it's my favorite print because the castle is so dark and it's great. So I would love to be based around the castle, but I understand it's probably not going to be all that. Maybe the grounds of the castle, perhaps. You know, I have extensive properties, so we could go out and beat the stuffing out of Mario outside, and then run inside and say, ha ha ha, you can't get me. Oh my God. You can't get me. You know. Yeah. There we go. Then we can just build it wherever we want.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I want a narrative-heavy Bowser one, which gives you 9 months worth of work.
Right.
So you get And then you go, wait, you get the other one. The other one, the girl behind you donated it to you, so there you go. All right.
But see, you only get me to say candy once.
That's right, that's correct.
Because I said it for the other one.
Hey, my name is Brody.
Hi, Brody.
Who do you play as in Super Smash Brothers?
When and if I play, which I don't play it very much. That's a closely guarded secret. I'm not real good. I'm not good at fighting games. I'm terrible. But if I do, it's Bowser. Sorry. I don't have any better answer than that. Card games, Bowser. Fighting games, Bowser. Bowser games, Bowser. Oh wait, no Bowser games. Sorry.
Stop crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying. That was my phone. Now I am crying.
Lost the phone.
I tried to play a speech and I couldn't make it work very well. So sometimes I'll play like as a... I'll play as Jigglypuff. That's all.
Hi guys, my name is Gregory. I saw you on Friday. I wanted to ask what you guys would do if your roles in the Mario games were reversed. Like say Bowser had to save Mario and Luigi from Peach.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really interesting, but it's not something we're really allowed to do.
Why not?
We have to wait for our scriptwriters to tell us.
Yeah.
Like, we don't get to create that.
Yeah.
I know, because it might get really weird up here, so we're like.
People love for me to say things as other things, but I'm just not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Oh, yes. Do you want them to keep their jobs?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, yeah, there you go. That's a fair question. And, hey boss, what's your name?
Logan?
Logan, what do you have for us, Logan?
Did you guys like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Well, yeah. I
Do you like it?
They made Bowser look so much more ferocious. So it's groovy. Oh, I just said groovy. He's like, what does that mean?
You haven't taught him?
Oh man.
What do you
He's
like
actually
about
very
it?
sensitive. You heard him.
What do you like about it?
That it's like a contest. I mean, you have to try to defeat other people, like players.
Cool.
Yeah, Logan. Woohoo!
Logan, you get your next, bro. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Hello.
And I know there have been other versions of Toad and Bowser before you two, but where did the idea or inspiration for Toad and Bowser come from? Like your version of them?
My Bowser actually started with, like I mentioned it just before, it started off, my audition were the Scott Burns lines from Sunshine, and they sent me his tracking, and so I did it exactly, or at least as close to exactly as I could, what he did, you know, Mario, how dare you interrupt my family vacation? And I thought, well, okay, let's send that in and forget about it, because that's what you do with auditions. Don't worry about it, just send it and forget it. And a couple of weeks later, I got an email saying I got the job, and I was like, are you kidding me? And when I first went into the studio, I was expecting to see talking lines, and there were none. And I was like, all right, I guess we're going there.
Trying to imitate that, and then it's kind of like yours where over time it just becomes your own, and the character has its own personality that just comes out, and so it kind of, they develop themselves. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you again. This is great.
Thank you. I guess I should cut my shorter. I can talk.
Alright, it's me, Alan, again. So I had a question. Oh, quick spoiler warning for Mario Odyssey in case someone hasn't beat the game yet. For the voice actor of Princess Peach. I'm hoping you repeat the game. During the ending, when you pretty much have the whole situation happen where you have to reject both of them because they were both at the end of the game, it's understandable. You're being forced upon. Did the relationship between you and Mario change? Because it's become a whole meme in the internet where the relationship, it's being focused so heavily. In fact, in Luigi's Mansion 3 trailer, the way when Mario, does the go ahead, they've taken it the wrong way. As in, like, Peach's change towards Mario's behaviors.
I think, to me, it's a big mystery, and they did it that way on purpose, and I don't know if we're going to see another game come out that then you get to see more, but to me, there was a big question mark at the end, and I don't know, because a lot of times we rely on our scriptwriters to tell us, well, what kind of interpretation are we going to do on this or whatever, but, so no, I think it's supposed to be kind of mysterious, and I don't know, until they tell me, so yeah, thanks for asking.
I don't know anything about the game anyway because I've only got about 40 moons so far.
Only 40 moons. He's working on it.
I'm just a baby on Odyssey. It took me a while to actually start playing it, and now I'm only playing it while I'm flying to give me something to do. So I got a long way to go, but thanks for the spoilers anyway. I'm kidding.
Thanks, Elise.
Hi, boss. Thank you.
Candy.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Valeria, and I wanted to ask...
Wait, witchy, whaty?
Valeria.
Valeria. I thought you said hilaria. I'm all like, that's hilarious.
Sometimes Valeria.
Oh, malaria. That's even better.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Valeria is beautiful.
You could have been a disease.
But my question was, how much harder is it to have to express a bunch of emotions through noises instead of a lot of words?
I don't know if it's really any different. In my mind, anyway. It's an acting thing, and I've had to do sad Bowser. You remember the end of Galaxy? He was like bawling, only in Bowserese, the poor guy. And I had a little bit that I could do to picture on that. They had some rough animation, and when he threw his head back and his mouth flaps were going, I wound up. I don't think they used it. But I had this thing where it sounded like he was saying mama. I was all like, and I don't remember if that made it or not. I haven't played that in so long now, but he was so sad because his whole world was on fire and it was all destroyed. And I've done sad Bowser and stuff, and it's really cool. I like it. Most of the time they just want me to be so mean. But, I got to be crushed Bowser a couple of times, and it's fun.
To me, it's kind of hard. I think it's hard when you've only got one word or two words, and you have to make them sound like something. And so a lot of times when they do it, they'll have us do 3 takes of the same line. And so you do 3, and then they'll pick which one, or they'll go keep the middle one, but make it more like this. And it's kind of a team effort, so they'll go, make it a little happier, or a little sadder, or make it a little bit more shy, or, funny. And so it just all kind of comes together as a team.
Do that again, but better.
That's the worst. When you've done everything you have, and they're like, yeah, what else do you have? And you're just thinking, nothing. I don't have anything left. That's all.
Drier.
Dry.
Do that again, but wetter.
Oh, I'm sweating again. Help.
Mostly you just do that but longer, you'll get that.
Yeah, longer,
it's like
shorter.
we need that, but do it about 1.5 seconds.
To fit the animation.
And so you got this little ticker in your head. It's like, oh, about 1.5 seconds. Okay.
Be happy for 1.5 seconds. You're counting in your head. My math brain just hit my creative brain.
Yeah, it's odd taking direction, but that's all a part of it too. I mean, anybody who wants to do any acting, whether it's straight voice acting or anything, even reading medical narration, there's going to be a director, and they're going to tell you what they want, and you need to be able to listen to them and do what they ask.
And don't get your feelings hurt.
And
That's
don't
the
get
other part.
your feelings hurt.
Yeah, because
Because
we get a
they
lot.
may just go, no.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what? What did I do? And they're like, do it again, but better. So it goes right back around to that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Candy.
And our final question. What's your name, boss?
Hi, my name's Alonso. We saw each other today. Hi. My question is, if I can put it in words. Sorry, little nurse. How would you feel if, since Nintendo and Square Enix are having a better relationship now, and it's been a while since we last saw Mario, Bowser, and Peach on the same team, how would you feel if Nintendo were to work on Super Mario RPG 2?
Awesome.
Like that. Yeah, I mean, that would be fantastic. I mean, anything that they want to do is going to be fantastic. I'm in the same boat with Charles here. He fell overboard.
Why he's been so quiet.
He fell overboard. Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to go in and do whatever we want, or what they want us to do, but we just get to go in and play. Charles always likens it to a sandbox, and I'm in complete agreement with him, because it is. It's like you get to go and play in somebody else's room, but it's all like, then the toys are new, so they go in and they go, okay, have fun, and we got to get this done, but have fun with it. So sure, I love it. I would love it. Besides that, I love RPGs.
That sounds amazing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Candy. Tommaso.
So we're just about done, but before we go, what social media outlets do you guys have that we can follow you on?
I'm on the Instagrams.
He's being so mean to me. Okay, I just started my Instagram and Twitter this morning.
This morning.
He's being so mean to me.
Now look at this. You're going to wind up getting like 300 followers instantly. And poor Bowser, I still only have like 530 something followers.
I'm following you.
You followed me, which I was like so tickled by.
I'm Kenny James Bowser on Instagram, and on the Twitters, I think I'm Kenny James Voice. But I mean, if you put in Kenny James, you're gonna find me probably, because I do wind up near the top of the list somehow. Probably because I am who I am. But I know, right? Yeah, Google me. I come up near the top. But Tom Kenny always comes out first. That is search engine optimization right there, buddy. Because, he's got the money for search engine optimization. But on Facebook, it's just Kenny James, I think. But mostly I'm on the Instagrams, and I'm trying to get better so you guys can see more pictures of my cat. And I'm in the process of getting my house ready to sell, so maybe I'll take pictures of that process. I'm going to move to Dallas. So, what? No, her name is Lily. Yeah, she's a good kitty.
So now what we're going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take what we call the SuperCon selfie. We're going to invite everybody to come up to the front of the stage, not on the stage, please, and we're going to take a picture of all of you with our guests.
Excuse me. Jacob.
Okay, that's my video clip. Alright, everybody, we're going to kneel down. Come on, Bowser. Now, everybody, wave your hands, make some noise on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And one more. Let's go get it. Everybody, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, now you know I'll be in it. And you.